How dare you!
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Anyway, good morning, everyone. It is Monday, June 19th, 2023. We are more than halfway through the month, and good morning and welcome to No Warning, because that's what you get when I show up, because we don't know when I'm showing up. Anyway, hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you had a great Father's Day as well. And real quick, I want to tell you that we are brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with a modest monthly stipend. And ours get a blog a couple times a week. Occasionally we post new chapters. We're a little behind in that because of what we're doing. That's why this is the only broadcast I'm on anymore. Because it means I get to take a break for an hour or two. But anyway, we've got that going. Plus, also Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers, such as the ones that want to pick up books like this. Isn't that an exciting cover? And look at this retro beauty that won an award at the Pulp Factory Awards this year in Lombard, Illinois. And that's the work of Jeffrey Hayes. And if you want something very affordable, somebody easy to work with, Jeff's your guy. Check him out on his Facebook page for Plasma Fire Graphics. Then go to plasmafiregraphics.com and check out his indie creator-friendly pricing. You'll be glad you did. I'll be glad too, because I like to see the boy busy. Anyway, check it out. That's Plasma Fire Graphics. On the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And that covers everything. Goodbye, everyone. No, anyway, and good morning to Adrian Gambit. Good to see you, Adrian. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. And huh? Yeah, I know. That's me all over, Carl. Good morning, Carl. Hope you had a good weekend. You and Donna both. Hey, I'm sad. I'm sad because Donna and Carl won't be at the Indie Author Book show, Indie Author Book Expo this coming Saturday at the Peoria Civic Center at 201 Southwest Jefferson Avenue in downtown Peoria, Illinois. We'll be there from probably 10 o'clock until my attention span runs out, or 11 to 4, excuse me, 11 to 4. I found my notes here. So yeah, 11 to 4, and then it's off to the Pizza Ranch. But anyway, we're going to be joined by, of course, the lovely and delightful Jen Thompson and my good friend Paul Burrell, a playwright and actor out of Chicago, who is crazy talented. And if you're into Lucha Libre, he's your man. He has dove into the midst of it. He is like gone off the turnbuckle, going for the elbow drop on Lucha Libre. He's a great guy, an incredible talent, and I'm really, we keep telling each other how much we inspire each other, and he's one of my guys. He's one of my dudes. But anyway, please come check him out. Also, Jen Thompson will be there. George Takis, who's wrote a great book on the Chicago Fire, a new pulp adventure that I really, really enjoyed. Read it last year and liked it a lot. Plus other people. Jackie Lawson will be there, who I love, and we're just gonna have a good time and sell a lot of books. And anyway, we'll miss you, Carl. You too, you and Donna. And yeah, we hope that everyone sells out in Peoria, but we are cutting back. I understand that. I'm getting to that point where I keep talking about it every year, Carl, that I'm going to do fewer shows. And unfortunately, you've got this to look forward to. I'm 67 years old, and I can't do the stuff I did a few years ago. I still remember 2017, where I was on the road from mid-February until mid-December. And I think I only had like 4 weekends off. And there were some times in that area where I did like 2 shows a week. And I'd be in one place, like say Robinson, Illinois. Then I'd be in St. Louis the next one. Or I'd be in Perryville one day. Then I'd be in St. Louis. It's always St. Louis for some reason. I don't do that well in St. Louis. But anyway, I do these multiple book shows rather, and they were a lot of fun, and I made money, but I was exhausted. And now with post COVID, I'm a long timer, and I'm finding that COVID just ain't as much fun as maybe many people made it out to be. I do have some lingering effects from it that are affecting me in doing the shows. It just means I slowed down is all. So anyway, that's my whining for the morning. But anyway, I'm going to be at Jen Thompson's Indie Author Book Expo this coming Saturday from 11 to 4, and we hope to see you there. It's I think it's free admission, and come and see some amazing authors. It's going to be a real good time. And Kiri Bloodrose, haven't seen you forever. How you doing, Kiri? Mwah, good morning to you. And Carl Wisman, only 63 here, but yeah, Donna's getting up there. I would never say that. I would never say that, Carl. Let me know where to send the flowers. And anyway, Amy Hale, mwah, good morning to you, darling. Hope you're doing well. Miss you. Hope all is well. And hopefully she doesn't watch the show later. Who watches the show anyway? So, and there we go. Carl saying hello to everybody and good morning to one and all. And again, hope you had a great Father's Day. Hope you had a great weekend. And we'll make this another AMA, but we're going to change it like we did last time. We got some questions last time. Professional questions, writing, editing, publishing, shows. I am prepared to answer all questions. Kiri Bloodrose says, "I'm all right. Having a decent start to the morning week." Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's fantastic. I'm doing the same. I'm trying out a new coffee I picked up at our local Kroger's, and it's pretty tasty. It's kind of a darkish blend with a little nutty flavor to it. It's pretty good. And if I can remember what the name of it is, I'd recommend it to you. But anyway, Adrian Gambit asks, how's everyone doing on this fine Monday morning? We are doing well. Hope you and your family are doing well too. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Glad to see that. And and I want to say a great big thank you to Amber Rogers, author Amber Rogers, for putting on the Writers on the Riverwalk event that was at the Hampton Inn Suites at 120 Southwest Water in Des Moines, Iowa. We did an 8.5-hour drive to Des Moines, Iowa by ourselves, and it had some challenges. Going back to what I was saying earlier about being 67. But no, it was a good show. I got to see some of my peeps there. Took some goofy photos while we were there, and it was just a real good time. We were very happy with that, and congratulations to Amber for getting this show off the starting blocks, because I guess I found out once I was there that this had been one of those COVID postponed shows, as we know so many of them. But things are going back to normal, and this week's going to be pretty packed for me. I've got a high school friend, Jim Bowers, who I haven't seen in 45 years. He is going to be coming through Lafayette this Thursday. I'm going to have breakfast with him. And then tomorrow I'm going to see Jim Beard, the great Jim Beard, the author of, do I have any of his books around here? That would be far too simple. Oh, wait. He and John C. Bruni are the masterminds behind Flinch Books, Quest for the Space Gods, with my story in there. And they also do other books like Restless, an anthology of mummy horror. Doesn't that sound good? Haven't read it yet, but it looks good. Oh, I know a lot of those people. But anyway, they've got some really great books on. Check out Flinch Books on Amazon. It will be worth your while, I promise. And Kelly Austin, good morning, Brian and friends. Good morning to you. Mwah, how you doing this morning? Glad to see you, hon. And I need to needle Michaela J to restart the Tidbits and Scribble show. It was just gaining traction when she had to deal with life. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, Carl. And I think life is still going on with her. But she, and I got to credit her, she and I have been doing some writing sprints recently, and it's kind of helped both of us. In fact, one of the things that Jim and I are going to talk about tomorrow, no doubt, is a project that he's helped me with. And I'm about 2/3 of the way done. I'm 2/3 of the way done with my first draft of my next novel. I'm excited, and it was thanks to Michaela that I am as far as I am. So let's put it that way. And even yesterday, which is, and here's another thing for the old guy, me. Mondays are now, or Sundays, the day after I come home, are now recovery days. But I still got a full chapter written. I was very excited by that last night. So anyway, but yeah, I'd love to see Michaela get Tidbits and Scribbles going again, because I miss watching that show. I miss being on that show. That's always a pleasure for me. Always a pleasure to hang out with you guys. So let's see here. Oh, I got a news article about a local crime. Let's put it that way. And I was like, oh, I'll deal with that later. And good morning to you, Facebook user. Glad to see it. For anyone who, if they show up on Facebook as Facebook user, go to the StreamYard page and just pop in there and then pop back out, and then it will tell me who you are. But anyway, I'm glad to see you here. I hope you're doing well this morning, as always. And also across the bottom, if you see like what you see in here, please consider leaving us a tip at paypal.me/rising tide BKM. End of the sales promotion now. So, but yeah, I'm working on that to the exclusion of all other things as that novel, because it's coming together. I got rather ambitious with the plot. I've never written this kind of story before, and it's turning out okay. I'm very happy with it. And I've got I've got 3 more months to get my manuscript together. I am anticipating getting it done early. So, yes. Which means, unfortunately, like Comic Book Spectrum, for instance, on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on currently on the channel on YouTube from the desk of a small press publisher, because Joe D. McPhee has taken the reins of it. Pardon me. And he's doing a fantastic job, along with Clyde Hall, Eric Hawkins, and Brian Rodman. Brian and I, the two Bryans, are usually the ones not showing up these days, but Brian has some ongoing health problems, and but it's a great show if you love comics. And if you don't love comics, it's still a fun show to watch, because they deal with a lot of cool things there. And for me, it was a motivator. I haven't felt the motivation to do much on my spy novel, except a few days ago. I need to get back to that. Carl, DM me, would you please? I may have a solution for you. And do you find that deadlines help? I use NaNoWriMo to give me a deadline, and that works, says Carl Witzman. Yes. I've done NaNoWriMo 3 times. I've not made it on 2 of them. Again, because like with Michaela, life happens. And for those of you who don't know, NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month in November. And the idea is you take October and you do your research, you do your plotting, you do all your prep for it. And then on November 1st, you just start typing, you do the word puke. And the goal is to hit 50,000 words by November 30th, because that's a decent draft on a novel. And then you spend the rest of the year, the following months, honing it, editing it, making it tighter and making it better. So yeah, I've got a first draft of a romance book that I had started, and it was very useful. It was very helpful. I found a couple techniques I adopted from other writers that did not work for me, but I had to try them in order to find out. But the thing is, Carl, you know this, I worked on the glorious Campus Courier at what used to be Danville Junior College, now Danville Community College, and deadlines for me helped me focus, because, and I still do this, if I have a deadline, my goal is to come in ahead of it, like I'm doing with this novel of mine. And when I wrote articles for places like Hogan's Alley, Tomorrow's publications, the deadline helped me there too, because it gave me a goal to reach. So yes, I find that deadlines help. And if nothing else, I will set a deadline. Like the one for my novel was set for me by the publishers. But then I'm thinking, okay, I have to figure out when my first draft is done, because I want to hand it to Cookie for editing. Then I need to take the time to rewrite it. So I'm looking at finishing this. The new schedule is finishing this by next month, so that I can hand it to Cookie by August. And I know she's going to turn it around about 2 weeks. And I've got about 2 weeks to do my corrections and do one more big edit on the whole thing, which involves an active listening phase where I have the speech or text to speech function in Word read it back to me in the wrong voice. All right. And this way I can hear things that we missed in editing, such as um, misspellings, sometimes words that are like the example I use, like I'm from Illinois, no, I'm from Illinois, and I catch it in that phase. Words that are not the right words, but they are words nonetheless. So yes, the long answer is, for me, deadlines help. And since I'm more of a plotter than a pantser, it especially helps me. I need that discipline. I need that rigidness in my life. So that's a great question, Carl. Thank you so much. Kelly Austin, a dumb question. I will give you a dumb answer then. Is it better for create and publish experimental formats in writing projects, or follow the standard writing and publisher projects that everyone else is doing? Just curious. I'm going to give you my answer, and I don't know if it's dumb or not, Kelly, but you're always hearing about chasing the trend. Now, there's nothing wrong with making your work commercially viable. But to me, that means the words are spelled right, the formatting is as standard as can be. It just basically, you try to make your book look like it could fit on the shelves of a Barnes and Noble, as far as I'm concerned. As far as the experimental formats, though, and I'm going to extend this to genres you're not comfortable writing in. I think it's useful as a creative person, because often I have found you will you'll flex your creative muscles in different ways. Like I wrote a romance story last year, and it turned out very, very well. And as a result, I'm now trying to put more romance in my work, a little more heartfelt emotion. So that was good for me. But experimenting is good, because if you don't do it, someone else will, and you might as well get the credit for it. So, and nothing says you can't mix them up. Nothing says you can't do something very mainstream for Project A, but Project B is your wacky side coming out. So I say give it a shot. You lose nothing, especially since you are an independent author and publisher. You can publish it yourself and then move on to something more commercially viable if you want. But I say both. There is no such. It's not a dumb question, Kelly, at all. And I think it's an excellent question. I think it's something we all need to be thinking about. And there are people who say, well, I'm going to write romances because that's where the money is. And that's fine for them. But if you have a hankering to do, something like, literary haiku, like say haikus about werewolves, do it. Do it. You never know what'll hit. Hey, good morning, Brian. Can't wait to see you at Heroes for Kids Con. Jessica, I can't wait to see you and the family, and that's going to be happening July 15th at the Perry Park Center in Perryville, Missouri. We are going to be there, and I'm going to be surrounded with a whole bunch of my Rising Tide people. And Jessica, mwah, to you and the family. Hope you're doing well, guys. And if you want more information, go to that Facebook page right there, or to heroesforkidscomiccon.org. I will be there. Just turn left, just turn right at Villainous Grounds, and you'll find me. And it's going to be a fun time. And remember, when you go there, your ticket, part of the money from your ticket is going to go to 2 different charities that that revolve around children. One will be a local one, and one will be a national one. So you're helping people by just attending. So please check that out. Please check out those websites, and let's see you there, all right? And I know this guy here, Nick Tockert, Good Morning Nevermore, to those without warning. Nick Tockert, the amazing host of the newly greatly improved Nevermind the Furthermore. Dude, I hope you're doing well. And hope all well with you in the household there. And we got to talk we got to get together sometime. We really do. So anyway, Carl Witzman says, I usually don't have a problem with motivation, but I'm getting lazier or something. That's easy enough to do, Carl. And I heard a quote many years, and I don't remember exactly how it went, but it was something to the extent of, nothing focuses your attention quite so much as the sight of the guillotine. So I think that's what works in my case. But your mileage may vary, and And the thing is, sometimes we get tired. Sometimes we get a little burned out by this. And, taking a day off doesn't hurt. Taking a mental health day is fine. Or just doing what you need to do. So, and I'm looking forward to it, Carl, because I know what you're working on. I want to read that thing, okay? And hey, it's Robert Beatty. I'm still recovering from taking my daughter to see the Transformer vehicles in Pennsylvania last weekend. And yesterday we went to the Indianapolis Children's Museum, so it's been a long week. Robert, it's good to see you, buddy. I'm sorry I missed you in Metropolis. We were only there about a day, not even a day and a half. We kind of petered out after that. But yeah, it sounds like a fun week, though. I love the Indianapolis Children's Museum. That is a groovy place to hang out. There's always something to do and to see there. Cookie and I love it. We haven't been there about 6, 7 years. And we only live an hour away. But anyway, Robert, hope you and the family are doing well. Hope everything's doing well for you. And everyone's saying hello. And Brian, says Kelly, what is your biggest hurdle when trying to reach a deadline or on an important project? And how do you get around that hurdle to write more efficiently? Okay, that's an excellent question. Excellent question, Kelly. My biggest hurdle is, as usual, given through the wisdom of Walt Kelly, cartoonist Walt Kelly, who said, "We have met the enemy, and he is us." I am my worst enemy. I get distracted easily. I fall down rabbit holes in research or just YouTube viewing. And that's I just let my discipline go to hell. And that's my biggest hurdle when I need to stay focused on the prize and the goal. I get around that. One thing I've adopted for myself, Kelly, is I tend to write now instead of what we call the word puke. I tend to write more along the lines of making my first draft as polished as I can before I send it out, or put it aside. And it's been working for me because it forces me to concentrate on what I'm writing and to make it better from the get-go. I was kind of inspired by a recording artist, as a very popular one named Todd Rundgren, who his credits are astounding. He is a writer of music. He is a musician, a singer. He's had several hits like Hello, It's Me, Bang the Drum All Day. He's been in several groups like the Nazz, the New Cars, etc. Abbey Road. And he's a great innovative creator even after all this time, while still very, very practical and a businessman. And I read that someone liked working with him because I guess in the recording studio when he was producing some people, a lot of producers just take the recording and they've got the boards where they can mix with the sound. And everyone says, okay, we got everything done. We're going to call it a night. And Todd stayed over. He said, no, why don't we instead of leaving this for the engineer to work on, I'm the producer. I'm going to make it sound good here so he has less to do. And I've been adopting that, like I said, with a stronger first draft. For me, this is working. And this helps me write more efficiently because now I'm thinking in terms of saving an editing cycle. So it gets my work out faster, plus the work that I create is stronger and thus needs less editing so far. So anyway, Kelly, thank you for the question. That was a good one. Oh, Kelly, says Carl Wilson, I had a friend who wanted to write an entire novel in the second person. You wake up and look around you. I was appalled. Now she figured out that it won't work for a novel. Yeah. But sometimes you have to do it to find out is the thing, Carl. I read a comic script by somebody, and I told him he wanted me to be his editor, and I'm like, I'm firing myself because it was all written in future passive, second person future passive voice, and instead of like the directions for the artist, like he grabs a cup of coffee, it would be, he will have grabbed a cup of coffee. It was appalling to read. It annoyed me so much. So yeah, and I have another friend who wanted to publish her own book, and I said, "Good for you. What do you need to know?" And she said, well, I'm going to publish it in text speak. I said, and she goes, and I'm going to approach the big publishers with it. I'm like, don't waste your time. I can tell you right now, you'll have a real uphill battle in getting that published by someone else. And she's like, but this is how I write. This is how I speak. I don't want to do full words. I just want to put a letter U because that's more efficient. I'm like, yeah, but it's unreadable too. We are all stewards of the English language, and it is our duty to take care of this language while we abuse it and bend it and stretch it just a little bit. Last I heard, she had not even started her novel anyway, so it goes. Anyway, as a short story exercise, it would be okay though. Yeah, I agree with you. A second person, and I have read some short stories, and a number of comic stories work very well. Comic stories especially in the horror field, because it somehow personalizes what the protagonist is going through. I want to say like early issues of the Len Wein, Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing were written like that. You feel the humidity of the swamp, you smell the aroma of decaying plant life. You were Alec Holland, you are now Swamp Thing. And that sort of writing managed, and it was mostly through the skill of Len Wein, who was an amazing talent. It put you into that person's skin in a way, but a novel full of that, I think it's going to take a lot of talent to pull that off. I'm not sure that I would want to try. I'm not sure I have that sort of skill, to be honest. And Adrian Gambit tells us that's a good comment. Thank you, Carl. That's pretty much how my job at TG is, says Adrian Gambit. I try to get ahead of my deadlines with parts that I got to get done. I managed to do that before I get off at 5:30 every morning. Well, good for you. Good for you. It sounds like you're doing your job, and it sounds like you're halfway enjoying it because you got control of it. Excellent to hear. And Jessica Johnson says, hello, bonjour. Children's Hospital and Fly Me Home are our beneficiaries this year. Excellent. We have Mark Dodson, Alan Fernandez, Cena Andrew Nelson, and Wyatt Weed for our guests. So where's my ego boo? Don't you know who I am? And she's like, yeah, I know who you are, you bud. Anyway, no, that's a great lineup. And I know Wyatt Weed. He's a great guy. He's done a lot of acting. You'll love him. He is great. And I'm looking forward to seeing those other people. This is going to be a good time as always, Jessica. Looking forward to it. And Nick Tucker says you are very welcome. We actually just passed the 1-year anniversary of the announcement of my eventual takeover of Nevermind the Furthermore. And nearing my 1-year anniversary, July 6th. That's true. We are, aren't we, dude? Yes, I remember I gave up the show. I handed the keys to this amazing talent right here, happily. And because I knew the show would be not just in good hands, but nurturing hands. And he has never disappointed me, and I anticipate he never will in so many levels. And I didn't realize it's been 1 year. It seems like only last decade. But anyway, so much has happened. But and check this guy out. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, this guy runs a great interactive talk show, even better than this one, because he lets you know when he'll be on. And check it out. You'll be glad you did. And time flies, Nick. Yes. Or sometimes it takes the bus. And good morning, folks. Good morning, Eric Hawkins, the Pro Slayer himself. Check him out Thursday nights on Comic Book Spectrum, Joe D. McPhee's channel from the Deso Small Press Publisher. Also, check out his great series on Stone Door Studios page on Facebook, the Zombieful World of Oz and Zombieful Adventures. And hey, Eric, and Radio Retro Future afternoon to you. A little soon for me to be saying that, but I'm glad to see you here anyway, Bonsart. How have you been, my friend? And experimental writing is good, says Carl Witzman. I agree. But if you find yourself in an attic with a bunch of Jacob's ladders sparking too much, that's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's sometimes a great satisfaction to be found in, can I do it like the big guns? Can I do this in a commercial manner? That's, I like experimenting. It depends upon the parameters of the experiment, I guess. Robert Bay says, yeah, I needed a break from Metropolis this year. Too many emotional memories there with everything going on with the divorce. So I hope you are doing well, my friend. I hope you're coming through it. And it's not easy. because I was kind of reminded yesterday with it being Father's Day. I love my father-in-law, I really do. But my biological father, I haven't seen him or heard from him in 45 years. And I was doing a little stalking yesterday, to see if he's still alive. I don't think he is, but you know, he's never mind. It's about me. Never mind. Uh, so anyway, I understand. It's and Father's Day can be a day of many memories and events like Metropolis, which is such a family event. I understand that. I mean, if something were to happen, you know, to Cookie and she didn't want to go or couldn't go, I probably would stop going myself. So, but even going there it was a little difficult for me this year because, like I said, I've got some long timers stuff from COVID that is starting to pop up, and getting through this year, the celebration was. I had a good time. I was so glad to see my family down there, my con family, but it was a challenge. And it shouldn't be about me. It's about you, Robert. I hope you're doing well, man. Anytime you need to talk, you know where I'm at. And we have the amazing talents of Brian K. Morris. Now that's more like it. I love you, Chaz. I wasn't hitting. My ego's pretty strong. But anyway, Brian K. Morris, Kathy Jackson, Amy Hill, Morgan Strong, Comnick, Ellie, Matt, Ken Sills, Eric Hawkins, to name just a few. Those are some of my favorite people. So I'm looking forward to. We are going to have fun down there. Plus, we'll be, trying to help raise money for those great charities that Jessica mentioned earlier. So please come see us. That's July 15th from 10 to 5. It's going to be a good time. And Morgan Comnick is going to be regretting asking to be sat next to me, I'm sure. But anyway, take a look at those great names down there and check them out on Amazon. They're all great people. Radio Retro Future, our new comic Journey for Elysium is finally live and available on our website, Amazon. Excellent. And making the last revisions of our latest manuscript. Good for you. Excellent. Good to see you, Bonsard. And Amazon, thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. Nick, as has been said about me, get the power strip ready because here become the plugs. And Nick has carried on that tradition admirably on Nevermind the Furthermore, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. And what new project are you truly excited to be working on? The current one, which I can't say much about at this point in time. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get the Terrors edited. That's going to be project 1 when I get done. And then I'm going to be going into editing Doc Saga, which is my action adventure anthology, which I'm probably going to have out by early 2020. And something else I'm very excited about that we're putting the very finishing touches because we just thought of something else to do with it is the Indiegogo campaign for the 10th anniversary edition of Santastein. It's going to be a hardcover. It's been re-edited. The cover has been redone a little. And also, it's going to be hardcover. It's going to be so impressive. And you could hurt people when you hit people with my book. And also, we're going to include the stage play that the book is based on. It's kind of a novelization now, as you think about it. But yeah, I'm really excited for Santastein to come out, the new edition of Santastein. And like I said, we've got just a couple of tweaks we got to do. We've got to get an Indiegogo campaign set up. And as soon as we do, we'll be announcing that, I promise. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff, Nick, that I am very excited about. And it's, it is just so much cool stuff going on right here in this place. I'm thrilled to be doing it. And speaking of thrilled, I am thrilled to see my darling Kathy Jackson. Mwah! Love Heroes for Kids and the Heroes for Kids Comic Con is going to be fun. We will make it fun, Kathy. We are not going to give anyone any choices about it, okay? And I'm looking forward to seeing you. It's been too long, seriously. And back at you, brother. Back at you. And I did cross a bucket list item off when I was finally there. I got to see the Rocky Balboa statue and ran the museum steps. I appreciate the kind words, Brian. My pleasure, brother. My serious pleasure. But yeah, I don't think I could ever do the steps. I'm not even sure I can walk them right now. But anyway, but no, that's a cool thing to have crossed off your list. That really is. And good morning to you, Facebook user. Happy Monday morning to you. And Kelly Austin, is anyone here tired? I have a whole day of getting my book to Amy Hill, some posting, some writing, anthology editing. Oh heck, I'm really tired. You keep talking like that. I'm getting tired, man. It's like darling, you got Oh man, alive! You're probably as busy as I am. Idle time? Ha ha ha! What is that? I ask you. Anyway, and since she isn't here, CKOEPP.com. Yes, Cindy was at a show this weekend. I hope she did well. And like I was at the Writers on the River Walk, and that was a fun show. I had a lot of fun. And there's Kathy Jackson again. Good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful day. You too, sweetheart. Mwah, God bless you. I love you. And ooh, hardcover. Yeah, I know, right? And it will not be printed through Amazon. It is going to be printed through a private printer who's actually going to allow me to actually drop the price a couple of dollars. Which, by the way, I want to announce that it's no secret to anyone who's a part of the publishing business that Amazon has finally raised its prices not considerably. I don't think it's as much as a lot of people were making out to be. I don't think the sky is falling or anything. But Amazon just recently raised their printing prices for independent authors. And I am here to announce that Rising Tide Publications will not be increasing the price of any of their books for the foreseeable future. If anything, I'm going to drop the price on a couple of them. So yeah. But the hardcover, I'm really excited about it. I'm so thrilled to have a hardcover with my name on it. And once I get that done, expect more of my work to appear in hardcover special editions with added pages, added stuff, something to make it really worth your while. Okay? So anyway, let's get back to the comments. And yes, I've been sick and I'm dragging today. Hugs, Kelly Austin. Oh, hope you're feeling better. And general admission for tickets for Heroes for Kids on July 15th is only $5. $5! That's a down payment on one of my books. So bring a bunch of fives and I'll fix you up. And May, hugs to you, Kathy. And to you. You have this date. That's right. And you have this date too. So anyway, great questions coming in about writing, publishing, editing, and all that related stuff. And there he is, my hero, Charles F. Millhouse. The man, the legend. Do I have any of his legendary? I do have a legendary book of his right here. Major Marjorie, the winner of the Pulp Factory Award for Best Cover from Jeffrey Hayes, and it's a beaut. And he's just released a brand new book. If you are into Westerns, he's released a brand new book, an anthology of Western stories, and it is good. And I sold Pulp Reality, that great pulp magazine, this weekend too, Charles. And shameless self-promotion, that's the best kind, good Bonsart. And bonsart.gumroad.com. Go there. And had to go get coffee for Donna. You don't want to see her before coffee. I don't want to see me before coffee. I can't imagine she's any worse. And everyone's saying hello to Charles. And I miss my Brian. Kenny, I miss you, brother. It's so good to run into you and Cindy even briefly at Metropolis. The spirit was willing, but the flesh was weak. And you know what, Kenny? I got to tell you, Cookie and I drove around the Baymont on Friday night. And we were there probably around 9:00. Not one single person was partying there. And we expected a party, so hold on a second. Excuse me. Didn't hear a thing, so it didn't happen. It's like a tree in the forest. But yeah, I miss my Kenny. I do too. And hope to see you. Maybe, are you going to be at the... Oh yeah, you're going to be at Heroes for Kids, right? We're going to have some fun down there. The fun is mandatory. And depends on what you want to write. If it's a standard writing and publishing project, then do it. If not, do it. There's a niche for everything. Trust me. Amen. And I will vouch for that. Yes, sir. 3 bags full, right, Ken? Love you, brother. Love you. I miss you. But yeah, seriously, that's the nice thing about the way publishing works these days is that if you have the moxie, you can be your own publisher. And one thing that's beautiful about it, one thing I love about self-publishing, many things I love about it, aside from the fact that I have met some of the most amazing friends here and elsewhere. That's nothing to poo-poo. But the fact is, I can send out stories now to other publishers, and unless it's a license thing, I have 2 licensed stories that were written for a specific publishers, and I can't use them as they are because I don't have the license for them. It's not fair to use but I can always rewrite the characters and create new characters to fill in the gap, and suddenly they are my characters. So I have a cool story that, and also blood. So yeah, um, well, I will be open about one of them. One is Bloodshot. My first book was The Coldest Warrior. I'm going to re-edit that, and I've come up with my own version of him. That's it's kind of like an homage to the original. But it's going to have my twists, and I do mean twists. It's inevitable. So yeah, that's a nice thing. It's like if you have a story rejected, if once it makes the rounds, publish it yourself. You lose nothing. And thanks for the advice, Kathy. Kathy is a wellspring of wisdom, and I love her. I miss you and the family. And speaking of writing, we found out that the UK has black cherry vanilla Kraken rum. Oh, hopefully it will come to the States. Oh my God. Oh my heart. Yeah, and every time I go someplace and they still have the black label stuff, I grab a bottle of that. I think I'm 3 bottles up at the moment. Oh, but anyway, oh man, black cherry and vanilla. Oh, my mouth is watering, Carl. Yeah. Carl will keep each other posted on this. And I'm on the Kraken mailing list, by the way. So maybe we'll get some good news. Before we go down to Dalton, Georgia, we'll pick up some on the way. Have you tried the new one, Carl? It's it's like Kraken Gold or something. I don't care for it. I really don't care for it. It's kind of like a weak whiskey to me. Just not a big fan of it. I like the bottle, but that's about it. And talk about inspiration. Yes, there we go. Yes, alcohol and coffee, the two lubricants upon which the gears of creativity grind. And Carl mocks me with his laughter, as well he should. So anyway, we've got a couple more minutes. If you have a question or two more, I will be happy to take that. Otherwise, we will wrap this party up. We will tie it up and leave it in the sex dungeon for a couple of hours and see how compliant they become. So anyway. Oh, never too early for that. And of course, we say the magic word. Did someone say Kraken? Yes, Amy Hale, who was my gateway to the joys that are Kraken. For those of you who don't know, Kraken is a spice rum, but it's not sweet like a lot of other rums, and especially spice rums. Some of them are very sugary, and I don't care for that. I got over that. But Kraken is great, and it's a superb mixer, and I love the black label because it's infused with coffee. I'm getting through the bottle of Kraken Attacks Indiana. And Cookie won't let me get all 50 states because she's right. Where the hell would I put them? And she's got a suggestion if I try. But anyway, yeah. Carl says Amy's awake. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's Amy is the lady who turned me on to Kraken, and I owe her plenty just for that alone. So that's what we've got going there. And we are about 44 minutes into the broadcast here. And I do want to thank everyone for showing up. Thank you for indulging me this format where I may show up. Here's an insider information for you guys since you are here. I am going to try to broadcast on Mondays if I can. And it will be around this time, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. And if I will not do it during Nick's show. You have my solemn promise that I will not do it during, never mind the furthermore Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. I will not compete with anyone else's show. But sometimes we'll do a Tuesday show. We might even do 2 shows in a week just to give myself a break from writing. But anyway, hopefully, let's see. Oh, we got some more stuff. And rum sugary. Rum isn't made with sugar. Isn't rum made with sugar cane? Yeah, I know, but there's something about some of the rums, like Captain Morgan, the regular, where it just tastes like something you pour over your pancakes. So yes, it is made with sugar cane, or it should be with any luck. But I just find a lot of rums to be a little too sweet for my taste. But anyway, and Carl says, well, I need to get over and leave Nick a pile of stuff to read through. You do that, young man. Your mission lies ahead of you. Thank you for being here, Carl. Love you, man. And right, Eric. And 7 watching, 4 likes. Let's fix that, folks. Yes, please. Please, if you've enjoyed any part of this show or plan to in the future, please leave me a comment. If you're watching on the rerun, we do appreciate you too. And also, I'll try to reply to you. Also, if you are here or you're watching us and you've enjoyed any part of it, please leave me a thumbs up on YouTube or a like on Facebook. And please consider subscribing to this channel. YouTube did a ritual cleaning a couple of weeks ago, and I lost a substantial number of people. And I'd really like to make that up. So anyway, Carl Westman says, everyone have a great day and come over and see NTF. I leave right now, frankly. We're just going to be winding up this show. Well, gang, I have to go. So much work to try and get done, plus 5 pots of coffee and wait. Be good and great, friends. You too, darling. Mwah. So glad to see you here, Kelly. Thank you for showing up. Thank you all for being here. So appreciate you all. And we appreciate you being here, too, whether you're watching us live or on the rerun. We do love you. So let's go through the business thing here. If you want to follow me, check me out on risingtide.pub. You can also find a tab there where you can sign up for my free monthly insider information email where I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be for the rest of the year, plus give you writing tips, share a couple of cool videos with you, some inspiration, hopefully, tell you where I'm at on my projects. And it's going to be, it's usually a good time in that. We try to make it fairly conversational and give you a lot to read. So please check it out. Also, check out ckoepp.com and sign up for Cindy Kep's newsletter. It will actually make you feel better after having read it. It's really that good. But anyway, follow me on risingtide.pub where we have links to all of our stuff going on. We can be found at amazon.com. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, wherever proper cars are sold. And chemo tomorrow, so time's a wasting, hun. Good luck with that. In our prayers and thoughts. Eric Hawkins, if you get a chance to see The Flash, there are some multiverse cameos you'd like. I've been hearing about them. I'm excited just to see Nick Cage as Superman. I think it's awesome. And I've been hearing about some of the others. And there was an article, I want to say on Screen Rant this morning, on the ones they did not feel they could fit in there. But they got Adam West. Yeah, baby. And Brian, if you have something come up, we all would understand. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. And if I'm not here on Monday, it's usually because I'm recuperating from the weekend. Like I drove 8.5 hours to Des Moines and then 8 hours back because I denied myself some stops. You know? That's why we use grinds. It's like coffee, but without the fluid. So it does help. But thank you, Nick. Thank you. And thank you guys for showing up for this. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. Now get over there, Nick, and stake out your territory on Nevermind the Furthermore on Nicholas Talker's channel. Also, the Historical Fencing Guild every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, where you learn to murder each other safely. It's always a good time. Also, if you want to leave a tip for us, just a one-time donation to the Rising Tide, go to paypal.me, /Rising Tide BKM. And also thank you to our Patreon subscribers whose support help keep the show on the air and keep the Rising Tide going and growing. For every month, even $1 a month will get you access to our twice weekly blog, and a little more will get you a little more. But you can check it out at Patreon, patreon.com /Brian K. Morse for more information, and check out some of the other people that are there supporting us, and we love them. And also thank you to our sponsors, Rising Tide Publications. The hardcover Santa sign will be coming out in a couple of months, hopefully. And we also want to thank Plasma Fire Graphics. Almost lost it there. Plasma Fire Graphics, so the look of your book matters to you because it definitely matters to your readers. So we are going to take off now. Thank you to everyone who showed up. Thank you. We will try to be back next Monday, this coming Monday, at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. All right. We may not be here 2 weeks from now, but we don't know that yet. Something important is coming up then. But anyway, we want to thank everyone for being here. And as always, folks, make this a good day for somebody else. Make them forget it's a Monday, will you? And as always, folks, thank you again for being here. And stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. That's what the heck you are. So anyway, thank you for being here, and thank you for watching No Warning, because that's what you get when we come on. We're going to give you no warning. Have a great Monday, everyone.